Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are starting my declutter week here on YouTube. I had posted on my community tab about a week ago and asked you about wanting a declutter in one video or two videos or multiple videos, and one video did win. Unfortunately, I had so much footage that I had no choice but to split it apart. You know how I am. I love my makeup. I love to talk about it, and I have a lot of it. So it took days to film these videos. So they're going to be split up. I'm going to do one each day this week. So this one should be going up on Monday. I'm going to do another one Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I hope you're excited. I kind of wanted to give a quick intro to this decluttering that you're going to be watching. I have kind of talked about this before, but my mindset really with this declutter is not to become a minimalist, even though I'm kind of downsizing pretty much everything else in my life, my closet, my skincare, my shoes, my handbags, like literally everything I've kind of downsized and done more of a capsule type wardrobe collection. And with makeup, I love it too much. I'm obviously never going to be a makeup minimalist. I'm not going to have a capsule collection, but I just want to be excited about every single thing in my collection. If I'm not excited about it, I don't want it. Or if I don't have an intense desire to use it and decide if I like it, it has to go. So I just kind of wanted to let you know what I'm thinking as I'm going through. At the end, I still have a lot of makeup, but it's all makeup that I'm excited about and it feels curated for me. I don't want to keep things just to keep them, to have a larger collection, to maybe include in a video here or there sometime. I just want to have my absolute favorite things that make me happy when I see them. So I just kind of wanted to explain that so you kind of understand my mindset when you're watching this. One more thing I did want to say is the primer section that comes first. In the very beginning, it's very overexposed. It does get better. I kind of had to switch up my setup to film this. I've never done an overhead declutter like this, but I love to watch them. I've been watching a ton of Lauren May Beauty here on YouTube, and she does declutters and does it overhead. A lot of YouTubers do too, but recently I've been watching her and she kind of inspired me to do it this way. So it is overexposed in the very beginning, but it gets better as we go on. I'll fix it. So I hope you enjoy. If you're new, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope you're excited for all of these declutters. And like I said, I am planning to do one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're going through everything. And then at the very end, I have not filmed this yet, but I will be doing it in the next few days. I'm going to reorganize everything and I'm going to do like a reveal video and I'll show you my more curated collection. So I hope you're excited, and I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and get into the decluttering. First up is primer. Please keep in mind, this is my first time doing this overhead style of declutter, so I had to kind of tweak my setup quite a bit, so hopefully it's okay, but I've never done this before like this. So we're gonna start with primer. I'm just gonna go in the order that I apply makeup, and primer is obviously usually our first step in makeup. So I have all of my Glowy primers out here. These are not all of my primers. I still have a few more. I'm gonna have to bring them in as we declutter these, but these are most of my Glowy primers. If I know I'm not using it, it's got to go. It's got to go unless I just have a major desire to start using it. So some of these things may shock you. I don't know if they will or not, but I'm gonna try not to think too hard about it. With that being said, let's get into it. This is gonna be a long video. Grab some coffee, some water, a snack, whatever you need. This is gonna be a long one. Number 1, NYX Plump Right Back Primer. If you watched my everyday makeup drawer video that just went up, I put this in my everyday makeup drawer because this is one I haven't used enough to say I don't want it. And I was pleasantly surprised when I used this again. I actually really liked it. It's very serum-y. It's not glittery or anything. It doesn't really give a ton of glow. It just gives a lot of hydration. And I really enjoyed it when I used it for that video. So I am going to be keeping this. I really want to make this one of the primers that I actually use. So this one is going to stay. Let's just go ahead and acknowledge that yes, I have a problem with the Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is just everything to me. I have shade number 2. I have 4.5, which is when I'm more tan. I have shade 2.5, or no, this is shade 3 and 2.5. I can wear any of these. These aren't going anywhere. I could probably get rid of one of them, but I'm not going to because this is my all-time favorite, but I'm going to get rid of a bunch more. So these are all staying. This next one, the Armani Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer in the shade number 2. So this I actually think should probably be considered a highlighter. I don't really think this is even supposed to be a primer. I'll put it on my hand so maybe you can see a little bit. I think you can use this as a primer or just like as something to mix in with products. This is very pretty, but I never use this. I never use this, I guess because I'm always going for the Hollywood Flawless Filter. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to declutter this. I hate to say that. I mean, it's Armani. It was expensive, but I know I'm gonna go for the Flawless Filter most of the time. So that one is gonna go. And we have the Saie Super Glowy Super Gel, in Starglow. This is kind of similar to that Armani product, but this one definitely a little more reflective, I would say, than the Armani. The Armani is too, but the Saie gives you that super like glassy skin kind of look that I do like. This one I like more than the Armani. So this one I am gonna keep. Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. Okay, honestly, I'm not sure why Charlotte Tilbury even makes this product because I feel like 9 times out of 10 people are using the Flawless Filter and they kind of give a similar effect, but this one only comes in one color, whereas the Flawless Filter comes in multiple shades, obviously. That's it there. It's kind of reminds me of the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, if you're familiar with that. I mean, these are all gonna look the same, but it's a little more of a golden kind of pearly glow, but I don't use it, you guys. I don't use it. This is also very old. I don't know how old it is, but it's old, and I don't use it. So that one is gonna go. Then we have Elemis Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. Okay, this is gonna go, not because I don't like it, but because this pills so much, and it's very difficult to find something that it does not pill with. And I've tried it with a bunch of different things. I've tried it with different sunscreens. I've tried it with different skincare, and I don't know what's in it, but something in it just pills really badly. And again, am I gonna choose this over the Hollywood Flawless Filter? No. This is nice, but it really pills badly. So that one will go. Then we have Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector, the Glow Makeup. This is shade Fair Light. So you're probably familiar with this. A lot of people compare this to the Flawless Filter. I can see why, but at the same time, this is not nearly as good as the Flawless Filter. I'm sorry. This one, obviously it's similar. It's a similar product. It has a sponge tip instead of the doe foot, which I don't love. But my main issue with this is this has straight up glitter in it. And it might not be something that you notice like right off the bat when you're looking at it, like in here, but when you apply this and you're out in direct sunlight, you can see the glitter particles in it. Whereas the Flawless Filter, you get a lot of glow, but it does not look like glitter on your face. I don't know how, but it doesn't. So this sadly is not a favorite for me. So that one's gonna go. Glossier Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. I really like this, but I hate how fragranced this is. Pump a little bit out. It's a very thick, almost like it says, an oily serum. It feels amazing. It looks amazing if you like that super oily sheen to your face. But you guys, this smells like rosemary and it is very strong, which I love the smell of rosemary, don't get me wrong. That's one of my favorite herbs, but not on my face. So this I have used quite a bit, but I never reach for this anymore, and it's because of the fragrance. My skin just doesn't do well with that. So that one's gonna go. Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum. Hydrating, long-lasting, for long-lasting makeup wear. Okay, so this one is in a little dropper. It has little pink spheres in it. So this is exactly what it says. It's a serum. It's very, very thin and lightweight. This is another one. I bought this because I like Laneige as the brand, but anything that has the word glowy in it, I automatically think that I need it. I mean, it's just unnecessary, to be honest. I should not have bought this, but I did. This one is going to be the first maybe, just because I feel like I haven't used this enough to confidently say I don't want it, but I'm just not sure. So I am going to start a maybe pile, and the maybe pile we'll revisit at the end of this declutter. And I'll really decide if it's going to be a maybe or not. Then we have Smashbox Halo Plumping Dew and Hyaluronic Acid Illuminating Primer. So this is a very similar product to Wonder Glow from Charlotte Tilbury or that Elemis Priming Moisturizer. This was another not smart purchase of mine. Hopefully you can see it's a very light, dewy, serum-y texture. I should not have gotten this. I'll tell you where I bought this. I bought this at the cosmetics company store, which I love so much. I talk about it all the time. But that store also a lot of times makes me buy things that I really just don't need to buy. And this was one of them. I mean, I have things like this. And this, I don't know if you can see it on camera. It has gold glitter in it. I did just put this in my everyday makeup drawer video. So for that reason, I'm like, do I want to keep it? Do I not? Okay, we'll put this in maybe for now, but I have a feeling this will probably go. And that's it for the glowy primer. So let me bring in the rest of them. I took the brightness down a little bit. Hopefully that's okay. This pile is going to be more difficult, I feel like, so I'm going to start with ones I know I want to keep. The first one is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Sun-Kissed Face Primer. I just got this. So this is the one that has the self-tan in it, and I've been using this and liking it. I don't have anything else with self-tan properties in it, so I feel like I definitely want to keep that one. So that one is a keep. Also a keep is the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer. This is the only pore primer, or this type of primer, that I've ever liked. And I just discovered this recently. but I really enjoy this. So that one is going to be a keep. Rare Beauty. This is actually the Illuminating Primer. So this should have been with the other primers, but this is a mini of the Illuminating one. This is going to be decluttered. This is nothing special. It's kind of very similar to the Elemis, the Wonder Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. It's just a lightweight moisturizer with a little bit of luminosity to it. So it's nothing special. I don't reach for it often. So that one is gonna go. Then I have this little mini sample of the Bare Minerals Primetime Primer. I think I got this for free in an order one time. I have tried this several times. I don't like this very much. This is a very, very silicone-y feeling primer, and I don't know. It's just not my favorite. I've tried it many, many times. I've tried it with liquid foundation. I've tried it with the powder from Bare Minerals, and I just don't really love it. So that one is gonna go. Then I have this little mini MAC strobe cream in Pink Light. Again, I think I got this for free somewhere. I don't remember where I got it, but this is not anything special to me. It's just kind of a more lotiony pink highlight, like a watery pink highlight. I know a lot of people like this, but this is not really favorite for me, so that's gonna go. Oh, next is the Bite Changemaker Skin Optimizing Primer. This is the hydrating version, or the one for normal to dry skin. I've had this for a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Bite, as you probably know, is closing, so I don't know if you can get this anymore, but this is okay. It's nothing special. Again, this is just a very thin lotion to me. It is nice. I used it a lot with the Bite foundation, but I don't see myself using it in the future. Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. This is okay. It's kind of similar to the Bite Primer. This one is pretty scented though, and every time I use this, my skin doesn't have a reaction, but it just, I don't know, my skin doesn't seem to like it very much. So anytime I find products like that, it's really hard for me to keep using them. So that one is gonna go. Then we have the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So this is the mini version. I'm torn on this one. I've had this for a very long time. I do like it, but it is definitely similar to the NYX Plump Right Back, but this one is not quite as, doesn't give as much of that plump kind of look as the NYX one does, but it's very tacky. It's a very good base for makeup. I'm gonna say that goes. It's old, like I said, and I feel like I'm not gonna reach for it. Next is Revlon Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing Primer. So I bought this a while ago when I did a Revlon video. This is okay, but it's nothing, I don't know, it's not anything special. Because here's the thing with primers, I have to be excited about something about them in order to use them. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there and I'm not going to use it. I'm just not. And I feel like that's going to be the case with this. So that's going to go. Then we have the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. So I'm thinking, I've only used this once, I'll be honest with you. It was similar to the Rare Beauty primer, but I feel like this is one that needs to go in the maybes because I don't feel confident with this one. So for now, that one's gonna go in the maybes. Then I have two Tatcha Silk Canvas primers. I honestly don't know how I ended up with two of these. I think one of them came, or maybe both of them came in a set with something. I don't know. This is one of those products, I know a lot of people love this, but I have never just fallen in love with it. I mean, it's okay. I don't think it's a bad product by any means. I know a lot of people with oily skin like this. I don't have super oily skin. I can sometimes have an oilier T-zone when it's really hot out, but I don't know. I'm very torn with this, you guys. I definitely don't need both of these. So one of these is definitely gonna go. And I don't know which one is the oldest. This one's been used more, so maybe I'll get rid of that one. This one will go in the maybes for now, and we will revisit it. And then the Milk Blur Stick. This is pretty good. I like that this is in a stick, but at the same time, it's like, am I going to use this or am I going to use the Rare Beauty primer? You know, this is going to go in maybes for now. All right, guys, that's it for the primers. Let me count them up. So we have 27 total. Okay, this is what I have in the keep pile so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We then have 5 in the maybes. We have 13 in the the declutter pile, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13, I feel good about that. I just have to decide about these other 5. I feel like this needs to go. I should not have gotten this to begin with. Yeah, I feel like that needs to go. That's not old, so I'll probably resell that. I kind of want to keep this to really compare it to that Rare Beauty primer. I think that one's gonna stay. The Blur Stick, that's gonna go. Freaking Tatcha Silk Canvas. I don't know why I struggle with this one. All right, these two I can't make up my mind about, so these are gonna remain in the maybes. Next is obviously foundation. This one is gonna be hard. I have way too many foundations. This is definitely one of my weaknesses. I just love foundation. I love to try them. I don't know. Something about them, I just can't resist. Foundation and concealer, I love. So let's get into it. This is definitely not all of them. This is just round 1. Okay. Number 1 is Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Moisturizing Makeup with SPF 45. I wear 1W2 Sand. This I'm going to get rid of, not because I don't like it, but it's very, very old. It was very separated. I kind of was able to shake it and get it to kind of go back together, but this is definitely old and needs to be thrown away, especially because it has SPF in it. This is a really pretty moisturizing foundation. It's medium coverage, and I actually did a video on this back when this first came out, and it was one of my first videos that got like a decent amount of views, and I said in that video I didn't like it. Then I revisited it months later, and I ended up really liking it, and I've liked it ever since. So I didn't love it initially. It is definitely very liquidy. If you have a lot of texture or you have a lot of fine lines, I don't know that you will love this if creasing really bothers you, because this is a very, very liquidy product. So I find it does settle a little bit, but overall it's pretty. But time for it to go. I think what I'm gonna do instead of going in order is just pick the ones I know I'm not gonna get rid of. First, Age Perfect 4-in-1 Tinted Balm. This is a pretty new addition to my collection. I wear shade Light 10 in this, and it's a pretty good match for me. These definitely run dark. The shade range is not great, but this is such a good drugstore foundation. I wish so badly they would expand the shade range. It is so pretty, and I just love the balmy texture. It's very easy to apply. You can just stick your brush right in there, and it's great. I love this so much. So this is a definite keep. I am going to get rid of the Serum Foundation with SPF from L'Oreal. This is very, very good too. It's just too old. I've had this since like the beginning of my YouTube channel, and I've used it quite a bit. It's just time for it to go. I will probably repurchase this at some point. It's similar, I would say, to the balm, other than the fact that it's liquid. I do think this one is a little bit more glowy than the balm, but they're both pretty luminous. This has, let's see, SPF 50. Yeah, SPF 50, which is nice. I wear the shade Golden Ivory number 20. It's a really good match, but I am going to get rid of that one. Then we have the Jaclyn Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint. Okay. I don't think I've ever used this in a video. I have used it a few times. This is one of those things that looks pretty good when you initially apply it, but then an hour or two later, it does not look good. It does not look good. So for that reason, I never really reach for it. I have the shade Light. It's a really good match for me, but it's not really something that I see myself reaching for. Yeah, I wish it wore better. That's my main reason for decluttering this. Okay, I think it's finally time to say goodbye to Bite Changemaker. I hate to do this because this was like my favorite foundation for a while. If you've been here for a long time, you may remember I loved this for a very long time. I still like it. It's old though. You can't get this anymore. I wear shade L25. It's a great shade match. It's very pretty. I'm not going to talk much about it because you can't get it anymore, but I do think it's time for this to go. Very sad. Let's talk about something that really, really disappointed me. The Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation in 4 Warm. This I was so excited about. I mean, I could not wait for this to come out. I'm a huge Charlotte Tilbury fan, as you probably know. This does not look good on me. And I feel like it's not just me. This is a very hydrating, very, very dewy foundation, but it does not wear well. It doesn't look horrible when you first apply it, but by an hour or two in, I don't even have a problem with texture on my skin, and I feel like this sinks into every little pore, wrinkle, crevice, anything on my face. So I was considering keeping it to mix with things, but honestly, I feel like I need to just declutter this. I'll probably resell it on Poshmark. This was a big, big disappointment. Then we have a Dermablend Continuous Correction CC Cream. This I'm going to keep. This is very good. I feel like this kind of got mixed reviews from a lot of people. It is similar in concept to the Cosmetic CC Cream. This is so much better to me. This gives amazing coverage, but it doesn't look heavy on me, at least, like the It Cosmetics does. I wear the shade 25 Neutral in this one, and this is very, very good. I feel like this is very underrated, to be honest. That's it there, 25 Neutral. It is, I would say, medium to full coverage. You would have to apply a good bit, in my opinion, to get it to full coverage, but it's very pretty. It's a natural finish, and I really enjoy this. So that is going to be a keep. Next, the Tower 28 Sunny Days Tinted Sunscreen. So this is a newer product. I wear the shade 15 Melrose in this. There seems to be like a disconnect with what exactly this is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be a tinted moisturizer? Is it supposed to be a tinted sunscreen? I think on Sephora they call it a tinted foundation with SPF, so I don't really know. I would call it a tinted moisturizer. It does have SPF 30, which is nice. I wear the shade Melrose. I like this a lot. It's not my absolute favorite, but I do enjoy it when I do wear it. So I do want to keep this. It's really great for this time of year. That is the shade Melrose. It's very, very thin and lightweight. I like it a lot. I will say it's pretty glowy on me. So if you don't like that super dewy finish, you might not love this. Or if you have super oily skin, you might not love it. But I am going to keep it. Oh, these are going to be hard. Okay. Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I like this. This is one of the best drugstore complexion products that I've tried. I have the shade light medium, and it's a pretty good match for me, especially if I have any self-tan on. I have a ton of stuff all over my hands, so you're not really going to be able to see. But yeah, light medium in this is a good shade for me. This is very pretty. It's very thin, lightweight. It does not have SPF. I haven't been reaching for it recently, but I do think I want to keep it, although I'm struggling with this one. I'm trying to be really picky, you guys. I'm trying to pare these foundations down. I'm going to put this in the maybes for now. All right, these I saved for last because these are ones I really don't know about. It Cosmetics CC Nude Glow. This was very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury for me. I had very high expectations for this. I like this more than Charlotte Tilbury for sure, but I don't love it. I don't know why, to be honest. It's okay, not fantastic. But yet I feel like I want to keep it. It's hard. Okay, that's gonna be a maybe for now. Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. This is shade Cashew. I have tried this so many times. I've had different shades. I've given it a try multiple times over the years since this came out, and this is a good shade. It's Cashew 3.5. The only way this looks good on me is to use my hands. And I'm not a huge use your hands person when it comes to makeup. I don't know why that is. I'm a brush girl. I like my brushes. This does not look good with a brush. The only way to make this look decent is to use your hands. The question is, will I use it and use it with my hands? Another maybe. This is gonna be hard, you guys. Next is Neutrogena Flawless Matte CC Cream Clear Coverage with Niacinamide. I wear the shade Porcelain. I'm gonna declutter this. This is just not really my kind of product. I bought this for a YouTube video and it's pretty good. It's very matte, which is not typically my favorite. I mean, then I'm like, well, should I keep it and like mix it in with something? No, I feel like I'm not gonna use this. But if you love a full coverage, you have oily skin, you like something more matte, you would probably really like this. But I'm gonna declutter. Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. This was my absolute favorite tinted moisturizer for a long time, and I still really like this. It's old though, so I'm thinking I should probably declutter this, although I really don't want to be honest. I like this. I like this a lot. See, this is what gets hard because it's like, I don't know how long I've had this open. I feel like this is very similar to the Tower 28. That one is newer. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. The Sephora Clean Glowing Skin Foundation. This I really like. I have not worn this in a long time, but this was one of those products that actually surprised me. Sephora a few years ago came out with this new clean line of foundation, and I like it. I wear the shade number 7. That's it there. It's a really good match for me typically. I think I'm gonna keep that. I like that one. Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Stick. This is another one. I want to love this so bad, but I don't. It's not the worst thing I've ever tried. I don't hate it, but I just don't love how my makeup looks when I use this. It's very, very hydrating, but can look a little dry at the same time. I know that doesn't really make sense, but the texture on this is very interesting. This is another one that I try and want to like this, but I just don't use it. And I don't use it because I don't love it. So that's gonna go. Then last we have the Merit Perfecting Complexion Stick. They sent this to me. I am gonna declutter this. This is not the right shade for me. It's pretty dark. This is the shade Sand. A lot of the shades were out of stock when they sent this to me, so I just kind of had to pick on what they had. This is pretty good. It's pretty expensive for what it is, but it is very pretty. If you like a super minimal makeup routine, you might really like this. You can use it on your face as concealer. It's nice. If I had the correct shade, I would keep this, but I don't like this color for me. So I'm going to declutter. I'm going to start with the obvious keep because that's easiest. Definitely want to keep the Kosas foundation. I wear shade 170. Yeah, 170 in this. I really like this. One of my new favorite foundations that's come out recently. I enjoy this one a lot, and I love that Kosas puts exactly when this expires. It says expires July 2023. So I have a long time to use and love on this, so this is a definite keep. I'll try to put a little swatch of it in case you want to see it. That is it there. This is a very, I would say, solid medium coverage, but it's very pretty. I like this a lot. Anastasia Luminous Foundation. I am going to get rid of, not because I don't like this. I will probably repurchase this. This one is just old. This is, I don't know how old it is, but it's very old. I've had this since I first started my channel, which was 3 years ago. So this is long expired, but this is one of my favorite foundations ever. Not my all-time favorite, but it's up there. It's very lightweight, medium coverage. It's exactly what it says. It's a luminous finish. It's not, I wouldn't call it dewy, but it definitely has luminosity to it. It's very pretty, and I love this a lot. I will repurchase it. I wear this shade 200 Warm. That is it there. It looks kind of light because I have self-tan on right now, but typically this is a good match for me. So I'm going to get rid of it, but I like this one a lot. Let's see. So I have two Armani Luminous Silks. I have shade 5 and shade 4. Shade 4 is old. I've had this a long time. It still has some left, but it's been used quite a bit. There's not a whole lot left in here. It's well loved, as you can see, but it's definitely time for this one to go. I like this foundation a lot. Shade 4 is pretty good shade match for me, but I don't feel a need to keep both of these, especially because I know this one is really old. So that one is going to go. Shade 5 is newer to me, and I do like this one, so that one I'm going to keep. One more thing I want to say about this. I know this is like holy grail foundation for a lot of people. I will say I think it's pretty. It's one of the better foundations out there for sure, but I don't know that this is worth, I think this is like $64, $68. I don't know that I can say I love it enough to buy this again for what it's worth. It's pretty, but it's just not a holy grail for me, but I am going to keep shade number 5. Then we have Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. That's it there. I wear shade 17.5 neutral. I was wearing this exclusively for quite a while when this first came out. I like this a lot. I have not been reaching for it. I don't know why, because this is so pretty to me. It's medium coverage, natural finish, and the shade range is pretty decent on this. I want to say it retails for $20, I think, which is not terrible. But I do enjoy this, and I want to keep it. Next, Tom Ford, what was this called? Shade and Illuminate Foundation, I think. Okay, both of these came from the cosmetics company store. Again, this is another one. This is very pretty, but my main issue with this is it is so fragranced. However, I think, going to keep one of these. I'm not going to keep this one. This is the lighter one. This is too light for me. It's shade Warm Sand, but it's very, very, very light. I don't like how this looks on its own on me. So that one I will go ahead and Declutter. Then I have this one. This is shade Champagne 3.7. I'm so torn on this because of the fragrance. It smells like lavender. So that's it there. It's 3.7. It's not a terrible shade match. It's definitely not like my best shade match that I have. I mean, it smells like lavender. Very strong lavender, which smells good, but I don't know. I feel like I have to keep it, but I feel like I'm keeping too many already. Okay, we're gonna say keep. I'm gonna go through these keeps at the end because I feel like I'm keeping too many. Next, IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation. Oh, I really like this one too, you guys. This one is very glowy, I will say. I don't know if you can tell, but if you look closely at the formula on this, you can kind of see little, I don't know, it's like a golden reflect in it. It's very pretty. I'll show you. I think, what color is this? Light Warm 21. Probably a little light for me right now because I have self tan on, but typically that's a pretty good match for me. But I haven't been reaching for this, you guys. I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm gonna put this in the maybes. Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. I like this a lot. This is a drugstore foundation I definitely enjoy, but again, the color on this, like right now, it's very, very light. Like, do you see that? I don't know if you can even tell, but that's it there. It's very, very light on me. So I'm thinking I might declutter this and get a deeper shade at some point. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do, but I do like this. It's very, very pretty and affordable from the drugstore. Right off the bat, definite keep is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. This is pretty new to me, but I really, really like this. I wear the shade 210 Birch. That's it there. It's very good. This is such a good medium coverage foundation. It's not matte, it's not dewy, it's definitely more of a natural finish. This is really, really pretty. It gets really good reviews if you go online, and I can see why. It just looks good on your skin. It doesn't look makeup-y. It does have, let's see, SPF 30. And I really enjoy this every time I use it. So that is definitely a keep. Let's talk about one that, again, I really want to love, but I just don't. It's the Light Illusion from Flower Beauty. I've had this in multiple shades, and every time I just don't love it. I don't know why, but I feel like this just doesn't look great on my skin. It's pretty thick, pretty glowy, and I just feel like it's not that flattering on me. I also think the shades are kind of screwed up. This is shade L4. Every time I wear it, I just don't really like how it looks. That's it there. I mean, it feels nice. I feel like this is something that should be right up my alley, but for whatever reason, I just don't love this. So it's gonna go. All right, another major disappointment, the Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Foundation. I remember when this came out. This was another one. I was so excited about this, and this is a difficult product to use. It pills very badly, and I would say like 9 times out of 10 it pills no matter what I have on underneath. So I don't enjoy this at all. I wanted this to be good so bad because I love Bare Minerals as a brand, but something was off with this. You have to work too hard to be able to wear this, I guess is what I would say, and I just don't enjoy it. So that one is gonna go. Neutrogena Serum Foundation. This is a newer product from Neutrogena. It's very pretty. I wear shade light medium number 2. I don't love the packaging. It comes with this serum like dropper packaging. I don't know why that's like the popular thing these days, but this is very pretty. I really like how this looks. It's a very, very lightweight. I would say it's like a light medium coverage, but no more than that. It's just really nice for every day. I like the color. It's pretty new to me, like I said. So that one is going to be a keep. Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation. I'm gonna declutter this. I like this foundation, but I used to prefer more coverage in my foundations than I do now. This is a pretty full coverage product. It's very pretty. I like it. If you like a lot of coverage and you like, I would say this is like a softer matte finish foundation. A lot of coverage, but I don't reach for it anymore. I used to love it, but it's just not something I really see myself using. But if you like a liquid foundation, you want to try something from Bare Minerals, this is the liquid from them that I would recommend. Neutrogena Hydra Boost. This is another beautiful foundation, but the shade range, you guys, the shade range on this is so bad. I mean, it's just bad. I think this only comes in like 6 or 7 colors, maybe 8 colors. I like this a lot though. It's really pretty. It's really pretty for really light makeup days. I haven't been reaching for it as much recently, but I do like it. Oh gosh, this is hard. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this because I'm keeping this one from Neutrogena and I like this color better for me. I will say I love this. If you do have a color in this that matches you, I would highly recommend this from Neutrogena. And lastly here, this is not all, but in this group, the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundations, I have 1.5 neutral and 2.5 neutral. 1.5 is the best shade match for me when I don't have any color at all. 2.5 is better when I have self-tan on in the summertime. I usually just kind of mix them together. That is 2.5 neutral right there. And then 1.5. These are definite keeps. This is one of the prettiest foundations on the market to me. I love this a lot. So I'm going to keep both of these. Highly recommend this one from Dior. Obvious not keeps are Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I wear shade 4 Warm in this. This is just simply too thick, too matte, too much coverage for me. It's not something I enjoy using. I bought it back when this came out, and back then I definitely did like more coverage to my foundation, but I don't love this one, so this is gonna go. Also going to go is my Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. I have shade number 4 Formosa in this, and I can wear it. It's pretty light on me though. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera. I like this product okay. I would repurchase it at some point, possibly in a darker shade, but I've used this quite a bit. It's old, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. Obvious keep. Do I even need to say anything? The NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is my number 1 foundation right now. Hands down, I like this one the most. I get excited every time I use this because I know it always looks good on me. I wear the shade Deauville in this and I love it. Did not mean to pump that much out, but that shade Deauville, it's a very good match for me. Love, love, love this one. Next from NARS is the Sheer Glow Foundation. This is nice. I used to wear this all the time before the light reflecting came out. Now I never use this. I always go for the light reflecting. They're similar but different. The light reflecting is much thinner and I don't even know how to explain it. It just looks so flattering on my skin. It does not look like makeup. It truly just looks like my skin, just a more perfected version. This one is pretty too. This one, I would say you can get a similar coverage from these two. Maybe a little bit more from Sheer Glow, but to me, light reflecting is much better. So I'm going to keep light reflecting and get rid of this one. Okay, my chosen full coverage foundation, if I was going to choose one, would hands down be NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I don't reach for this as much anymore, but this is by far my favorite full coverage that I've ever tried. I love it. I wear this shade Vienna in this one, and I'm torn about it because I don't wear full coverage a ton anymore, but I do really like this one. Why is this so hard? Okay, I'm gonna say keep for now. I might end up getting rid of it, but I'm gonna say keep because I love it. Next, Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer in 26W. This I love. This I would definitely want to keep. It's my newest tinted moisturizer, and I really like this. It's a good shade when I have a little bit of color. When the winter time, I feel like this might be a little bit dark for me, but when I have color, this is definitely a good shade. Definite keep. Makeup Forever HD Skin. Okay, let's talk about this one for a minute. It took me a while to buy this. I finally bought it. I have yet to fall in love with this, and I feel like I'm missing something because I see rave reviews about this constantly. I don't know. I just don't love how it looks when I use it. It looks a little dry on me, and I don't know if it's... I feel like the times I've used it, I haven't used something super glowy underneath. I've just kind of used my normal skincare and then sunscreen. I haven't tried it with like a flawless filter underneath, so I feel like that's what I need to do because I want to love this. I feel like maybe I just haven't come across a winning combination with this. I don't know, but if you have any tips with what you like to pair this with, let me know because I want to love it. I want to love this so bad. I feel like I'm missing something with it though, but I will keep it. Oh, MAC Face and Body. So this kind of similar to Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue in that you need to use your hands, in my opinion, for this. You need to use your hands with this too. I'm just not a hands person, you guys. I'm not a hands person. This is going to be in the maybes. I don't feel like I'm equipped to make that decision. All right, we're almost done. I'm going to declutter Double Wear. I just don't wear this, you guys. I don't wear it. I used to, but I just don't anymore. This is just not my thing. And like I said earlier, if I'm gonna go full coverage, I'm gonna go for the NARS every time. So I'm not gonna keep it. I'm trying to be ruthless, but it's not easy. I like this one a lot. I like this a lot more right off the bat than I did with the HD Skin. This is old though. Again, I don't know how old it is. I wish they all had the expiration on it, but I'm gonna say keep on that one for now because I really like it and it makes me feel sad that I wouldn't have it. I think it's finally time to say goodbye to this, the Healthy Foundation from Physicians Formula. This is a good shade for me when I don't have color, which is LW2. I love this product, but it's so hard to get your hands on. I know for a while people were saying it was being discontinued. I don't think it is, but it's also still really hard to find. And this one is old. In fact, yeah, it says this one expired in 2020. It is now 2022, so this needs to go. But if you do find this, this is one of the best drugstore foundations ever, in my opinion. L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I've kind of been up and down with this one. Sometimes I use it and I love it. Sometimes I use it and I don't love it. I feel like I don't need both of these, but maybe I do. The last few times I've used this, it was pretty. I wear shade light 2-3. Right now it would be good since I have self-tan on. If I don't have self-tan on, this is definitely a little bit dark. But like, why? Like this applicator, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Last few times I've worn it, it's very pretty. It's very thin in consistency. And I feel like I want to keep it. Clinique Even Better Glow. I just reviewed this in my Clinique video, if you saw that. This is very pretty, lightweight, glowy, all of my favorite things. The color I wear is Bone. One of you actually said you like to mix this in with other foundations, and I kind of want to try that. But the Bone color, especially if I don't have color, is pretty good for me. So that one's gonna be a keep. And that's it, you guys. That is it. That's way too many foundations though. I've got to do better with not letting my foundations get out of control. I just want to get to a point where when I open all of my makeup drawers, I'm excited to use every single thing that I have. I just don't want to have so many products and I only like half of them. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at in my makeup journey right now. All right, let's revisit these final 5. Okay, I feel like the It Cosmetics is similar to the Shiseido. The Shiseido is new and I really like that one, so I'm gonna say no to It Cosmetics. I'm gonna say goodbye to Face and Body. I just don't think I'm gonna use this. I just don't think I'm going to use it with my hands like you're supposed to. Okay, maybe I'll say I can keep one of these. Do I go Bare Minerals? Do I go MAC? And then I'm like, okay, if I'm having this much of a hard time deciding, they should both go. Wet n Wild is going to stay. I think this one's going to go, you guys. I just don't love it. I just don't love it. I want to, but I just don't. But then I'm like, maybe, honestly, that kind of reminds me of the Tom Ford. Also kind of reminds me of Sephora Clean Glowing Skin, except this one has SPF, this one does not. All right, now I'm thinking Clean Glowing Skin is gonna go. Why can I not let go of this one? Okay, I'm gonna say keep for now. Holy moly, that was hard. Oh my gosh, I just forgot these are in my everyday makeup right now. So let me do these. Okay, Misha BB Cream I've recently fallen back in love with. This one is a definite keep. Fenty Eaze Drop in shade number 3. Love this. This is probably one of my best shade matches just with my natural skin tone. Shade 3 is really good. It's very lightweight. It has a little bit of a blurring quality to it, which I really like. So that is a keep. Light Wonder is a keep, although I'm starting to wonder if this is being discontinued. They used to sell this on Sephora, and now it's not on Sephora anymore. It's only on the Charlotte Tilbury site. A lot of the shades are out of stock, so I don't know what's going on with that. But that is a keep. Dior Forever Skin Glow. I have yet to fall in love with this foundation. I know so many people love this and rave about it, but I don't know. I feel like I need to use it a bit more. I've liked it, but it wasn't like a holy grail favorite for me when I've used it. But I do want to keep these as well. All right, you guys, so we're getting rid of these 25 of them. And I believe we had 50. So I got rid of half, which I'm pretty excited about. Let me count. Okay, I take that back. I forgot about Charlotte Tilbury. So we're getting rid of 26. At the end, we might even get rid of a few more after I've gone through everything. But getting rid of 26 foundations, keeping 24.